Alright, welcome back to another video. Warzone 2 Season 1 Reloaded has finally dropped. The update we've all been waiting for. Warzone 2 got off to a pretty shaky start with lots of bugs, crashes and dev errors. Hopefully this is the update we've all been waiting for. Hopefully there's some nerfs to some overpowered weapons and we get some game fixes and exploits. Honestly, I'll be happy if we can get through a full game without it crashing. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Okay, Season 1 Reloaded. The patch is here. We're thrilled to kick off Season 1 Reloaded with some fresh content just in time for the holidays. December the 14th, global fixes. So these are going to be new modes, global fixes across Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. First up is the Warzone Cup limited time event. I made a video on this separately, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but essentially it's Rocket League, brand new mini royale, teams of 3, 5-minute time limit. First to get as many balls in the back of the net wins. Looking forward to getting stuck into that. We'll be playing this live on stream tonight as soon as the update drops. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll get into that very soon. It's going to be a lot of laughs. I'm looking forward to it. So modes, general updates. XP tokens have been fixed. Tokens can no longer be accidentally activated during double XP. I'm going to skip through a lot of the ones that aren't really that important. Acquiring a new blueprint will now display with a pulsing dot associated with it in the gunsmith, which is pretty good. Various different issues with weapon attachments and unlocks in progression have been addressed, including the stats display on the guns. We've had some updates to the hub. They've merged the hub and the friends tab together, and they've also made the player card widget for friends a lot smaller, so we should be able to get a lot more on a row. We don't want it looking like Netflix where you're trying to pick which friend you want to invite. It's just absolutely been a nightmare. Added support for bulk and batch sending of friend requests. Fixed various bugs impacting the join feature, so you should actually be able to play with your friends. There's a transition to grid view when scrolling the friends list, which is nice to see. Some camera positions have been updated. Adjustments to filter and sort. Fixed player browser. No longer scrolls when it isn't full, which is good to see. Some calling card fixes. Channels have been fixed, so adjusted some memberless states, muted, talking, connected, so you'll be able to see those a bit more clearly. Fixed issues where lobby players can still be heard when they're connected to a custom channel, which is obviously not very good for proximity chat. And the ability to text chat with group members. They've also added groups, which is basically a replacement for regiments, which we've been waiting for, and clans. So they should be here pretty damn soon in the next hour or so. So look forward to that. I'll actually be having a He Is the group where I can get all you guys in, prioritizing channel members, but also playing with subscribers. So stick around for some memes and some good fun. We've got a new gun, a new assault rifle, I believe it is. Oh no, it's an SMG style assault rifle. The Chimera subsonic ammo hides skulls from the enemy team. So check that one out. It's going to be a weapon unlock and also a store bundle. Don't know what that challenge is just yet. We've had some weapon adjustments. Thank God the Akimbo pistols have been nerfed. No pew pew dirty pistols of doom anymore. So looking like the P980s, the X12, and the Basilisk, and the Deagle. So pretty much all Akimbos have been nerfed. Fixed an update where shotguns were inconsistently displaying broken armor hit markers. So you think you've broken them but you haven't, or vice versa. The blocking barrel, underbarrel launcher for the shotgun barrel has been fixed for the M13B. Kastov 545 has had an increase to muzzle velocity, so a bit of a buff there. A little bit of an increase to close damage and chest damage multiplier, so that might be one to look out for. The Kastov 762 is super strong. I won't say it's OP, but it's definitely strong. And I think the Kastov 545 was lacking a little bit in that in between the 74U and the 762. So hopefully we'll get a bit more mileage out of that. We've also had some slight nerf to the close range damage on the 7.4U. Requires at least one chest hit to get that. There's 3 shots to kill, 1 chest hit at least. MX9's had a bit of a buff. Val's had a bit of a buff balance. Handguns, Deagle. Deagle's had a bit of a nerf. Shotguns can no longer kill fully armored players in one shot. Yeah, there was a couple of shotguns in the game that could bang you out from pretty close. So pretty far away, sorry. So yeah, that's good to see that. I mean, it doesn't give us much hope for the one-shot headshot snipers. Let me know in the comments if you think snipers should be one-shot headshot, especially the heavy snipers. I don't think the marksman should, but yeah, let me know what you think about that. Some adjustments to the riot shield and the Joker. We've got some vehicle adjustments. I was hoping to see an armor nerf for the heavy chopper, as that end of circle heavy chopper strategy is pretty disgusting, but it doesn't look like we have. We've had some other adjustments to the vehicles, but pretty much, yeah, pretty much just that's about it. Friendly player visibility. So nameplates should be fixed in spectating mode. I've been giving my teammates a number of heart attacks during spectating when I've been downed, thinking there's an enemy player, but it's actually a teammate. So really good to see that that's been taken care of. Players that have been killed in one life modes with revive capabilities such as knockout will no longer be marked as active. Yeah, some adjustments to some kill streaks, mainly fixes. Field upgrades, portable radars can now stick to vehicles, which is pretty sick. So you can be driving around, bang a portable radar on there, and off we go. Radiation blockers for DMZ and thermite grenades will no longer persist on a player. So there was that fire glitch where you look like you're on fire, so that's been fixed. Most beneficial tuning value magnitudes have been increased, and some harmful tuning value magnitudes have been decreased. I don't actually know what this means, but I'm hoping that it's more of a balance when you've got that circle and you're trying to fine tune the ups and the downs. It looks like they've made that less harsh and maybe a little more easy to manage. Had some buffs to the thermal optics and a load of bug fixes to the client. I'm not going to go through those individually because there are quite a lot in here. Audio occlusion remains stable for multiplayer while they investigate some issues. So that was all the general fixes. Now we're going to look at Warzone. Warzone 2, as of today, the playlist will be solos, duos, quads, mini royales, World Cup mini royales, and DMZ trios. So you can find the regular playlist and event schedule on the Warzone Trello board, which is you can find on Raven Software's Twitter page. Map. General improvements to lighting and shadows across major points of interest on Al Mazrah. So that's nice to see. Not that I thought that was that many anyway. There is a new big hype building, Building 21, a new area. Mysterious new keys have arrived in Al Mazrah. Where do they lead? Limited intel. Good for DMZ players. I haven't really got stuck into DMZ again. Let me know in the comments if you are a DMZ player, if you want me to cover some DMZ. I do want to get into it. I've just been grinding Warzone 2 on stream. So we've had some gameplay adjustments. Increase the number of active strongholds to 5, up from 3. So this should make them less contested and also easier to get your loadout. AI combatants. They've been the damage per bullet. So basically, AI has been nerfed, and they've also reduced the number of AI by 50%. What else? Number of units per wave is also reduced by 30%, so that's pretty good. The black site, the reward for the UAV sweep has been doubled, so it's about 30% faster, which is pretty nice to see. A few DMZ adjustments here. I'm not going to talk through them. You can pause the video and read them. I don't really know what any of them mean, so run with that as you will. Perk packages, so default loadout perk packages have been updated. This means they've probably got rid of Bird's Eye, as they knew it was a bit of an exploit. If you know, you know. There is a video again on my channel about Bird's Eye. It's about getting free UAVs, so you can check that out if you haven't already. A load of quality of life updates. Buy stations, items purchased will now spawn further apart, so that sort of vomit looting mechanism should be more in play like it was in Warzone 2 to make it easier to interact. When your player's been killed when your teammate has been killed in the gulag, this is also going to sound Before, it was very hard to know whether your teammate had been down if you're on your own or not. So that's pretty good. Ground loot has been improved to kind of prioritize interacting with more desirable items. So that's, and again, a nice change. Combat record isn't coming. Your wins don't count, neither do your kills and your KD. So keep crying, and hopefully they make that a thing soon. There are various. There's a big old list of bug fixes, so I'm not going to read through all of them just for the sake of your eardrums, but we will scroll through and have a look as we go. Pick out a couple of important ones. Bomb drone beeps are louder, so you don't get wrecked by them. You can ping loadout drops. You can edit your custom loadouts in the firing range. You can loot stuff when you're crouched and prone, which you couldn't before. Finishing move your own teammate. I didn't know you could do that, but I'm quite sad that I missed out on the opportunity to finishing move my own teammate, to be honest with you. So I'm annoyed that's been fixed. The thing I like to say about bug fixes is they're things that you shouldn't notice. If you notice them still, then they're still bugs. So if they're things that you just don't notice, then we're on to a winner. If you are interested though, you can pause this video and read through these. I'm scan reading it and not seeing anything too important that we haven't kind of already covered. No, looks about good. Same again goes for DMZ. A hell of a lot of bug fixes, and that pretty much wraps up this update. I'm really happy to see that they have made this huge quality of life improvement just before the holidays, just before we don't see anything from them until February. There's a big shout out, obviously, to Raven Software, Infinity Ward, Triac, Beanox, High Moon Studio, Toys for Bob, Demonware, Sledgehammer Games, and Team Ricochet. A lot of people just think it's Raven Software and Infinity Ward that do this stuff, so it is good to, give props to the people that bring us such frustration but enjoyment at the same time. So that being said, if you want to help me out, you've made it this far, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video because it does actually help, and hopefully I'll see you on a live stream here on YouTube very soon. Peace out.